Alrighty, I'm going to be recording a few videos to update my help desk. We've had quite a few things change in the technology world over the last 2 to 3 years, and I haven't updated some of those. And this is going to be one of the first ones. This is something that we're seeing a lot, getting calls from labs, classrooms, and it deals with what we used to term pop-ups. And anymore, it's actually technically called a notification because the way they're doing it is just changed. Used to, we would see just pop up right on our screen. It looked like a web browser in kind of full screen mode, and it would just pop up. And it would either be, it'd be, there's no telling. It could be a legitimate ad. It could be something scary. It could be a warning that something's wrong with your computer, or it could be something offensive. And it would pop up on your screen. You couldn't close it, or if it closed, it reopened. It's just annoying, impossible to get rid of. And troublesome if you're in a classroom or in a lab, there's kids around. So I will tell you the very first thing that you need to do if anything like this happens and you're just not sure, there's something on screen we need to get rid of, don't worry about getting rid of it. Just worry about getting it where people can't see the screen. So just turn the monitor off. Literally just the button on the monitor, not the tower, the monitor. And what that will do is just make it where you can't see it. And that just gives you room to breathe, time to call me, or time to clear the room if that's necessary, or wait until the lab's empty, and then we can go back and address it. So that's the number one thing. Just turn the monitor off. That lets you deal with everything else and slows the chaos. So let's talk about what these really are. And again, these are typically not pop-ups because those still do exist, but they're a lot less frequent these days because it just seems to be so much easier to hit that notification area. These are actually notifications. See that gnat flying around. These are notifications in the browser. This happens in any browser. We are typically at the school using Chrome, so it's going to be a Chrome notification. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to show you how it happens, and then I'm going to show you how to resolve it. So let's jump over to screen sharing. And boom, you should have my screen. I think I have my video panel should be hidden now. So hopefully there's no window blocking right here. Okay, so we're right now on my website, and I want you to have this address, whitec.hobart.k12.ok.us. Most of you probably have it. This is where I have my help desk, a link to my Google Meets room. So if you wanted to do a video call with me, you can do that. Internship guidelines, that's for me and my students. This needs to go away as COVID. Here's a nice, neat list of district phone extensions. So if you want a list of all the new phone extensions and all that information, you can click there and you're good to go. So again, visit this website, visit this help desk here, and I'll update the links on here with the new videos. Has a variety of information. Some of it's text-based, some of it's video-based, but it's all fairly common things that we see. So let's start with the notifications and what we've been seeing. So I have a little bell. Your computers are Windows 10, since mine's Windows 11, it looks a little different. You have a little icon that looks like almost like a comic book quote area. So you will have possibly numbers listed on yours showing how many new messages you have. But if you click it, regardless of that, you'll get a list of any messages that you may have. You can see I have one. I have one here that's from Sheen.com. I purposely went to that website. I purposely allowed notifications knowing that it would do this just for this particular example. This is a shopping website. I don't use it, but I've seen it flash through my content filter quite a few times over the last few months. So here it is. I'm going to leave that here for now, and I'm going to show you the cause for this. And then I'm going to come back and we'll come back and look at this, and I'll show you how to get rid of it. So let's go ahead and click that and get rid of it. So over here, I have two tabs already pulled up so to pre-populate. Here's NBC.com. This has got two things going on. One, it's asking me if I want to continue as Corey logged into my Gmail account. And I could do that, but I do not want to do that because I do not want any connectivity to this site at all with me personally. So I'm just going to click the X. I'm not going to sign in because I don't want to do anything. Might just want to browse or look around. I don't in this case. But this is the message that you're going to see. This is what's happening. This is the cause. This is the trigger for these notifications. So somebody has gone to some website. This message has come up and someone has accidentally clicked allow. I almost exclusively click block. However, there are a few times I do click allow. I'm going to click allow here just so that we'll be in there, and I'm going to show, so I can have something to show you how to remove. So I'm going to click allow. Now then I'm going to go to YouTube. Let's say this is the first time I've gone to YouTube, and it's going to ask me the same thing. Again, you see these messages are the same. This is the common look for this particular browser. I'm going to click allow again, and we're good to go. So now we've allowed that. So we're probably not going to see any notifications from these two websites in the time of this video. But if I were to leave my computer up and running for the next hour, I would get multiple pop-ups. Sorry, those technically not pop-ups, but notifications over here on this side from both YouTube and NBC. It just takes a while for them to populate. Sometimes you'll see as many as 5 and 10 in here from various websites. So now that we've talked about a quick fix, turning the monitor off, we've talked about the cause for it, you clicking the allow, I want to show you how to solve it. Now you can go to this area directly through your Chrome browser, but it takes several clicks and several steps. So it's much easier if you have a notification here. Do not click the X. The reason is, unless this is something you actually want. If this is a notification that you actually want, you can just click the X. The X just means clear. It just clears this one particular message, but you're going to get more as they, as they populate. In this case, this is one we don't want. We must have accidentally clicked it. So how do we solve that? Well, we're going to have the settings. You may have a cog. I don't know if it's cogs or dots for Windows 10 versus Windows 11, but settings regardless. You click settings and don't go to the other two things. We don't want to turn it off. We don't want to go to notification settings. We want to actually go to Chrome notification settings. Okay, that's the one we want. Because again, this is a Chrome browser. This is where the setting is at. And you can see, boom, here's the settings. It takes me right to it. This is the area where it's at. You can see not allowed to send notifications right here. So these are ones that have already triggered on mine throughout my use for however long I've had this computer. And these are ones that I have already blocked. So I'm saying, no, I do not want notifications from these guys. But you can see now, look down here, allowed to send. I have quite a few. You can see the YouTube, Voxer. So let's do, so basically this is just a messenger. This is the Sheen we saw. Here's the NBC. So these are all things that we need to decide if we want to get notifications from. So I do not want to get notifications from YouTube. So I'm going to click more actions. Now you could remove it, but I do not recommend that because by removing it, you're still going to, if you go back to YouTube, you will get that option to allow or deny notifications. So we don't just want to remove this entry. We just want to block it because we don't want to get them anymore. So just click block. Here's NBC, settings, block. Here's the Voxer. I'm just going to remove that one because that one may be one that I actually want. I'm not sure yet. So I'm undecided. So next time I go to that website, if I use it, I'll get that choice. Here's the Sheen. Oops. I clicked the wrong thing. Let me get back there. Sorry, there it is. And I'm going to block that. So now that I'm nice and clear, the only thing I'm allowing is my Google Calendar, which is pretty common. We're good to go. We can close that settings. Well, maybe we can. There we go. And if you look over here in our notifications, they're all gone. So any of those notifications that you had listed here, when you remove that notification entry in Chrome, these all went away. Now we're nice and clear. So I'm going to stop sharing and go back here and finish up. So that's really it. Nice and clean, nice and easy to do. You can do this. I mean, it's good to know how to do this because this could happen at home. And I'm not easily accessible, but I could remotely do this. So let's say that's happened in classroom, happened in a lab, you just turn the monitor off, give me a message, tell me which computer it is. Even with the monitor off, I can remotely log into it and fix it and tell you that it's clear, and then you can turn it back on. Or you could follow the steps once it gets clear and do what I showed. But again, turn the monitor off, give yourself some breathing room, and then figure out how to deal with it, whether that's call me and talk to me or whether you know how to take care of it yourself. So Chrome notifications, 99% of all those little message problems that we have solves it all. So hope that helps. Have any questions, holler, check out my help page.